hope that you're having a good morning. Hey, if God woke you up this morning, tell God thank you. You still realize you got breath in you, tell God thank you. Yes, this message today, share what you need to share, not everything. Yes. I just want to say I appreciate all of my friends that come along and be so supportive. But I also just want to say I appreciate the individuals, even when the live go off. Thank you so much for just coming through and stopping by. I appreciate you. The reason why I want to talk and share about this particular message about sharing the things that you need to share while you're on your spiritual journey. Certain things it's okay to share. Good morning, friend, as you come in, and thank you for your support as well. And then there are certain things on your spiritual journey you don't need to share. Let me say it again. Certain things you need to share, especially if it will help an individual. But there are certain things on your spiritual journey you don't need to share. And the reason why you don't need to share is because in your spiritual journey, you're going to find that there are some secret things that God is keeping you from the things that can harm you. See, it's a different when you don't have what you call the acceptance and the surrendering of your life in the spiritual journey. You know, you have a mouth to whereby you just talk and you talking, from a level because you just want the situation to either to be resolved or the pain that you're going through or the hurt or you just want to be cleared on all lies. See, one thing about the spiritual journey, it keep you safe to where about all lies and all of the things that is trying to be projected upon you is already taken care of. See, you get to this level when you grow in God. Remember, I talked about the temple. Your temple is everything, friend. That's that safe spot. That's that spot to where about it is you and God. To where about God will allow you to see who you are and where God is directing you in your life. One thing about the spiritual journey, there will be days on the journey that you will be being taught about the past things that got you in the now to right now. Because when you are now realizing some of the things that you share with those friends that was in your life, you understanding that all friends weren't your friends. Although they looked at and they appear to be your friends, some friends are in your life for a particular reason. But in your spiritual journey right now, God has opened your eyes to show you who are your friends and who are not your friends. Oh, this message is for somebody to keep you steadfast and unmovable, to keep you prayed up. Now, it's not to discourage you, it's to bring some light to you to allow you to know that the things right now that you don't need to share, don't give it up because you're giving it up unto the ears, okay? And to those eyes, okay? And to them walking feet and them typing hands unto individuals that don't mean you no good spiritually where you at because God just elevated you. And so now that he kept you in the secret place in that Psalms 91, don't you go undoing what God done did for you, okay? Because it was the inner work that put you in a position to see things how you need to see it. One thing I would say that I would share from my own life journey, and this is real life. In my younger years, I thought every friend that I had, that I allowed them to be in my life because somehow we connected energy wise. And it felt good at the time because we laughed, we drank, we went out, we even parted together, and it felt as if the friendship was right. Get this though, but I didn't have the light in me at that time turned on. I had an intuition to maybe take a glimpse and say, they about done did some shady stuff. But the light that was in me was not matured enough to understand their energy. It's something about when God allow you to grow and to mature in areas in your spiritual journey that give you the strength that you need. So in this particular spiritual journey, get this is what I'm trying to say. Everything that you were sharing at that time, it was because you didn't understand that those weren't your friends. And by you not understanding that those weren't your friends, no weapon that was trying to form against you or project upon you, it didn't work. Because God seen in that area of your life that you had to grow in. But now that you have came to a level in your life, and you know friends be in the past, and some come along, they are friends that will be there for your whole entire life. And then you have those seasonal friends. They just there for a season. Not that all friends are bad, because everybody is growing in this journey. Everybody is doing the work. Supposedly, if they are doing the work, I'm talking about those friends. The friends that's not doing the work, those are the friends that is still searching in this journey of who they are and their purpose. But those particular friends that is seasonal, that may come into your spiritual journey right now, and they are basically needing whatever they need from you or whatever you need from them. It's like a deposit that you all are depositing in one another, and it's just seasonal. So don't lose what you call faith or misunderstanding if that person didn't come into your life to harm or to take anything from you. It was only seasonal because they needed what they needed, but they meant you no harm. But then there are those other friends that will be informational. They will give you information what you need, more or less like the information that you were searching for, but they came into your life to give you only that. And they may stick around in your life during your lifetime because they have the information, but it don't mean to harm and to hurt you. But then as you look back now, and as you can look and see, because now you have what you call the intuition that is lit with light, love, and beauty and goodness. You can look over all of your life, and now you can see and you can hear the things more clearly for your journey. Because on my spiritual journey, when I look back over in my younger years, the friends that was in my life, even when I was told, okay, come through, Holy Ghost, at that time from my own husband, they don't mean you no good. They just in your life, looking at your life, seeing how you living. And I say, they my friends. But at the time, God can use anybody to speak the truth to you when you can't see it. Because see, I was an outlet to be an open vessel of having fun in my life at that time without knowing that even if, for the ones that haven't surrendered to God and you're still in them streets, be wise of the things that you share, because everybody is not a connection unto you. You got to understand your connection and your purpose. And it's okay if you don't understand everything, but once you tap in and you turned on and you tuned in at this time in your life, like I said, them levels, and I still got the cup. Each level keep getting higher and higher. So the level that was here, you no longer is here. You're resting on the levels that taught you lessons now. So this particular pit, as I use as an example, everything that God snatched from off of you from this pit, which this is my cup, but I always use it as an example now, is no longer in there. What's in your particular cup that flows with that water, that moves and that unclogs things that is stagnated, It's of love and peace and goodwill, and definitely good energy that keep things recirculating to whereby they can flow right. Because see, we're in this earthly realm, and yes, you will feel the negative energy while you trying to understand the Christ within and how to keep your temple wholesome. In order to keep your temple wholesome, you have to show up on your life journey and let the I am live in you. There's something about the sharing process. Not everything is intended right now on your journey. Now that you are awakened to share, it will be a moment to worry about. If God allow you to share, then that's your business. But the sharing would be to help individuals along the way that actually need it. But even in that sharing process, individuals will project upon you when you know that you got permission to share to help somebody, because in helping individuals with the right stuff that you have been delivered from, like I say, with the right stuff, those individuals that are not healed yet will want to shut you down, because your mouthpiece now is healing individuals that need the healing. But for those individuals that don't want the healing, they are there waiting in dark places. You ain't got to believe me. Just look over your own life. And if your vessel done got right, just look and you'll see for yourself with your own earthly eyes. See, when your spiritual eyes is open up, like I say, you don't have to know everything. Just trust God. God will show you the hand of the hands that is hidden, because everything that is dark, okay, and that is looking like a serpent, but you can't see it, but you can see the eyes of that serpent. Because one thing about a serpent, it can't hide from the light. The light know how to go in and snatch and uncover and remove everything that you need to know according to the Lord's will. Certain things God keep you protected from, because he understands certain things you may not can handle. But even in my own spiritual journey, I have to continue to tell God, thank you for your grace and mercy. Thank you for allowing me to allow you to humble myself. Because when you have a humble personality and attitude in the spiritual journey, you know, you can grow in the area that you need to grow in. When your attitude cannot be humble, then your energy is always raised to a level of agitation. See, that agitation only comes to be a hindrance. Y'all know I love to use that word, a hindrance, because that's what things become in the spiritual journey. Them cycles that need to be broken off in your spiritual journey, they'll stay dormant because of too much information that you don't need to share. Anytime you get a friend in your life and they want to know everything, watch that. And when I say watch that, watch that. Because if they're not using it for healing purpose, what's the real purpose that you want to know everything? Because remember, the secret things, not only do it belong to yourself, but it belongs to the Lord as well. Now, those things that you know that is helpful to individual, by all means necessary, be led by the Lord. But see, you got your praying closet or your secret space that you created and you dedicated to yourself to go there when you need that time to cry out unto God. And the things that you cried out to God for, here is the difference how you able to understand. When an individual just want to know the things to be used against you, they secretly come in unarmed, okay, to masquerade to be somebody that they're not. You won't even know who they is until the damage has been done. But because you are leveled up, none of them things will shift you how it used to be shifted. Because you asked the Lord, at least for me, God, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be accepted in thy sight. It's in Psalms 19. So when you are flowing like that, and when you want to know how to stay leveled, you stand leveled because guess what? You no longer have a place in your life to where about things can come and shift you so quickly. Even if you share without knowing what they wanted to do with the information, God is protecting you. But see, I'm a friend of whereabout I share to help. So even if an individual wanted to take what I shared to hurt me, because of the place whereabout God now is positioning me in my life, it can only do the good. Because the level that it's sitting on, guess what? It cannot do any harm. Because that level I'm praying for. Because now you know how to pray for individuals. You know how to ask for forgiveness. Or you know how to say, God, forgive them because they know not what they do. Oh, God, I thank you. But you have to be on that level in order to know that these darts that is coming your way no longer hurt you. Because now you have risen to the position of whereabout you can actually use your testimonies and stories to really help somebody. I know in this prayer journey of mine, I only talk now to help individuals. I just don't talk to say, now I want to hurt or harm or misdirect individuals. I talk to help individuals, and hopefully that they will understand that, listen, the same light that I basically is allowed to, flow through my blood and to break things from off of my life. Because daily, I have to ask God to load me up with the benefits even before I came here. I gave God thanksgiving and praises. I just don't, just pick up the camera and not knowing what's going to go. Some days, I'm giving something to share, and certain days, I'm giving from an experience point. But on this day, it's an experience lesson, what I have experienced. And this lesson, when you share from experiences, that's why I say, friend, your life have a purpose. If you got any experience, good or bad, but if these experiences that you are released to share to help somebody, it will benefit the individual that need that particular help. So therefore, friends, just know that you may not be in the position to share everything right now. But that what God have given you to share. Bless somebody. In other words, let it come from out of the cup, because your cup need to be refilled anyway. Meaning that what you got in your cup, it need to be poured into somebody else's vessel. Because automatically it's going to come back to you. Because see, when you live right, rightness come back to you. And when you live wrong, wrongness come back to you. But then you can get a mixture of the good and the bad, because guess what? Wrong thinking think that is right. So therefore, they getting double portions. Oh, well, it's not so bad of how I'm living. So therefore, I'm going to keep living wrong. See, it's the will of the Father. We all have choices. No one have to live right, friends. I understand that. Even I don't. I don't even have to be positive if I don't want to, okay? I get that. But don't stop me because I'm striving to that level. that is clearing some things up. And I'm seeing it even in my latter years. Don't stop me, because I want to be a vessel for the Lord that is doing great and mighty things, that I know who woke me up this morning, started me on my way, okay, and told me that this is the day that the Lord has made, and come on, be glad and rejoice in it. God didn't raise me up and say, okay, I want you to get up and go and just be the negative energy that is circulating around you, to not be the best version of me. You remember I told you, friend, and I'm going to constantly keep saying it, you don't have to be by a person to understand their spirit. Look at what they type. If they in this internet space, energy speak for itself. And that's how I vibrate. If it's a good energy, you're going to feel it. If it's a bad one, you're going to feel it. It don't lie. That's the intuition part of you that is now on. Certain individuals are not going to want to share your space with you, and you should be okay with that, because you're generating that light, love, peace, and beauty. You should be 100% okay with that. You should be okay, because what you're doing now, even if, like I say, you feeling like things are being delayed or stuck, it gives you opportunity to do that work. It gives you opportunity to show up. It gives you opportunity to be in the blessed place of your life. Because when God is God, all enemies shall be scattered. Because the temple that we are breathing and living in this earthly suit that we're actually in, but is spiritually divine and connected up to the Christ that lives within you, because you don't look for Christ on the outside, and you don't look for those things to bring you any longer, the joy, because it's always living in you. See, one thing about the power of prayer, it don't need those things to operate in the function. It needs you to be girded up with faith and with the strength and the power and with all the might, that you're not afraid to lose anything, because you trust too much in God. And when I say anything, the spiritual journey. And even if you lose something on this journey, don't you know that God is a restorer of all things? He created anything that we can even imagine. And when I say imagine, imagine. That's why now, friends, even as I'm talking right now, ooh, it's like a shift. It's like, for me, I got to go here. Let me chase this rabbit. When I come here in this YouTube space, sometimes it be a lot of distraction. I can't physically see it, but spiritually, I can see it and feel it. But then there's God protection that is speaking unto me, saying you in the right direction, because you're not speaking what is not right. Now, if I begin to come out of my mouth and begin now to tell people or anyone that, it's time for foolishness. It's time that now we begin to understand that what I'm about to do, I can know that it's wrong, but I'm teaching on that level from my life experience. And when I say teaching, not here to be your Sunday school or Bible school teacher, but meaning from my own life experience, I'm pouring out. So if I'm pouring out to you negative energy, what does it benefit me? For real. Because some individuals, I realize, their purpose right now is not to pray, just straight up. It's not to pray. They don't even care about praying. But they'll still show up. Y'all know I ain't got nothing to lose in this YouTube space. That's why the Holy Spirit can use me. Because truly, if I was coming here for $1, I won't be able to say what I need to say. Because as they say, $1 make you holler. Well, not over here. Because God has already blessed the dollars of hollering and screaming before I ever even choose the YouTube space. So I'm thankful. But I'm humble enough now to know that if the direction of this space that I'm sharing, I need to constantly work on myself. And to be in this particular journey and in this life, showing up when it's good and bad. There has been days and moments, hey, when it wasn't so good. But I showed up. And when I say wasn't so good, at least from my thinking, of how I was feeling. But when you know that God have purposed you to say somebody may need to hear that they are loved by God and continue to stay on the post and keep it simple. Because it's the simple things that can bring breakthroughs. It's the simple things that can bring deliverance. I may be the individual that may be pouring water or planting the seeds, but then there are some others, individuals that is out there that is waiting for you. Because y'all know I already understand. I ain't trying to change you. I'm just here talking about the power of prayer and how breaking the cycles that no longer work in life, that is not good, that is in that generational bloodline that need to be broken, how it will give you a relief on some things. I'm not here to be, come on, Holy Ghost, a friend in a negative atmosphere. I'm not here to be that friend. But I am a friend to the friend of the friends that love, that positive energy and vibration, that love, light, and peace. I am that friend. Anything else that is circling around it, that is trying to make me do otherwise, I ain't down with it. It's just that simple. And guess what? I ain't got to take off this wig to prove anything. Although it's not a wig, but what I'm saying, I don't have to change my thinking so that it can benefit others in a way that they want me to think. Because the vessels that flow in you is where you're at right now. Because the only thing that I can do is pour out, especially in my latter years. See, it's a different. As you get older, those of you that got them elders in your life, your mama's still living, them aunties and uncles that that they done changed. They probably had their own journey in life, which we all do. Let me just be completely open here and say this much. Stop acting like that you have never had a journey in your own personal life and that you never experienced your younger years. You're lying to yourself and you ain't being truthful. Stop acting like that everything has always been perfect and now you can project on somebody that may not, had it right back then or even right now. The only thing that I can do is just be the vessel, and if God give warnings to say, hey, tell the people to change from that wicked way that is being a hindrance to them, or tell them that these are the areas that I want them to understand that the enemy about to touch their household, and guess what? It ain't coming in lightly because they done had some time now to get it right. I'm not the vessel to come here and to say I come here to fear anyone, but God do uses me on moments of time for the straighten upness now. Because that's what God did to me, and because of God's grace and mercy, I can only say thank you, God. But individuals will have their own will. That's the good thing about life. And I love to tell individuals, you're going to do what you want to do anyway. So why are you trying to think that I'm sitting up here trying to tell you you need to be living this way? Honey, if you ain't about being positive, you keep on living the rough style life or with the negative energy because you truly haven't tapped in to the purpose in the journey. And I'm shrugging my shoulders like that because I done had moments in my own life when I just didn't know. And I'm sitting like this, being in a thinking moment, saying, Lord, change me for the good of humanity. And in that changing, you have to let go and let God. Everybody don't want to change. If you are being used by God, you have to be okay that every vessel that is living is not for the good. Can we really, really understand that? And I can truly say that because if it was not true, then why is there still things that go on to harm or to hurt someone, to injure, violence, wars? Why? It's evidence in the earthly realm. I don't have to look for it. Turn on the news, which I don't do news watching because it has so much negative energy. It is not a space to worry about. It's talking about anything positive. It's negative. Long as it's news and it's the attraction to get individuals to listen, and then it don't come nowhere now to say this is what we can do to make it better without the strife, the argument, and all that, and it seems like it still don't get better. What about having news of putting things in perspective of what we can do to make things better? Because remember, we really have power enough to change and to make world changes. If one vessel began to move in the direction of the goodwill of life, peace, and harmony, I'm okay if I'm just living in this goodwill right now and everything else possibly can be around me trying to make me think that the way that I'm thinking positive is wrong. I'm okay with that because I know it's a lie. It's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie. Mhm. That's where that wisdom and knowledge and understanding kicks in at. And as you mature on this journey, you'll have a moment to say, wow, look where God brought me from. Listen, friend, I appreciate each and every individual that have came along. When I say I'm thankful just because my friends have been patient with me, and the individuals that is new, that is coming along, y'all know the story. I'm gonna make it real short. It used to be a time to worry about, I felt stiff or, not knowing how to loosen up to the device, to the camera. Because when you're speaking to individuals that can possibly come back and watch later on, you don't know, how you're looking. But I just realized just speak and talk. So thank you for that. Because it's definitely not scripted. What I mean, literally, y'all getting all of country, Y'all getting all of Florida, everything, that is when I say everything, meaning that of when I come here, not to say I'm sharing and giving up everything, because everything I will not. I will share from the vessel as God poured out unto me. Because I'm wise enough to know, yeah, my channel say friends with Gigi, but I also understand that, listen, that's the name of my channel, Friends with Gigi. So I'm wise enough to understand the other part. But I appreciate those individuals that can appreciate me, and I say that from a point of just knowing everybody is not the same. There are some genuinely good, caring, proudful, loving individuals in the world, as well as there are opposites. I understand that. But at the same token, I am aware because once again, it's something about being somebody, mama, grandmama, auntie, uncle, wife, all life experience that God have given me and you, if you so happen to be in that position of those words, you learn from them things. You learn from wife experience, mother, grandmother, auntie, you know, to friends. Those are lessons. And in those lessons, you realize that there are things that probably that taught you some things and things that probably that you're still learning and undoing. So enjoy life, friends. Stay prayed up too. This is a channel to where I talk about, God. And prayer is the more key driving point though, that this channel was being birthed from. That's a direction that I told God. I ain't got nothing for my friends that come over here on this side to my YouTube page, no other than talking about the power of prayer in this space. I ain't got nothing for y'all but that. And I appreciate it that you're allowing me to be who I need to be in this space. That's why I say that. But now I have a lot of, knowledge when it comes to persistent praying because I've seen what God have done as he allowed me to live with breath in me. I've seen God do healing. Jesus. When I say I've seen it, I've seen God open doors. I've seen God stop some things that was about to be what you call not so good. In my own personal life, I'm speaking from a testimony. I ain't riding on nobody coattail of their testimony. You looking at a friend that is basically what you call living with volumes and volumes of blessings. And I didn't have to do anything, get this, to pour into the cup to say, let's make this thing work. The only thing I did was increase my prayer. And I kept my vessel, what you call, clean to the best of my ability. You know how people say, I'm for to cleanse my house. I clean my house through prayer from the outside to the outer perimeter, from the front door, from the windows, from the rooms, from the floors. Things got to rise up because I keep speaking the things that I need to speak that need to be in place. It adds more value. And when I say value, it adds more value. So when things are adding more value in your space where you at, you got to trust God. And when I say trust God, you got to believe because when oh my goodness. When your vessel just trusts, things begin to change. I can't even say why negative things happen to good people. I can't even say. I can't answer that, but I do know that if we was chosen to be on this journey, there's a reason why things happen. That's why you have to understand your purpose. If you came here for a reason. Now you have to ask yourself, Lord, why you even put me in this family? Let's know where I'm at. Or why am I here? Why are things going on in this world? What can I do? If more individuals begin to allow the divine spirit, which is God, to do what God needs to do, or to show us spiritually what we can do, the world will be a better place. This information ain't nothing new, what I'm saying. Individuals done been here before me. And when they understood their purpose and when they seen some of the things that they couldn't undo, they was okay with it. They got up from out of here. Because everything you're not going to be able to fix the world. What I'm for the lie to you for? You can only accept the purpose of why you here. I cannot like what you call individuals that don't have no food. But I don't have the food bank to feed everybody. But God knows if there are individuals now that get in places, like I said, the community make a difference. And if the community now is vibing with the Christ that is within, you'll make a difference in the community whereby you will begin now to come together because there is a need for help. See, when we break off the complaining and when we begin to do what we need to do, because that one may only chase that 1,000, but then that 2, 3, 4, and 5, it makes a difference. But when we just sitting on the stoop complaining, can't nothing happen. But now when you begin to use your voice, your tongue, and when you begin now to do the inner work of knowing your purpose, because every purpose, what you think that you need to put your hands to, ain't even none of your purpose. I had to learn that. Everybody that want money and saying I need money, I'm not supposed to be empty out my wallet every time you get me a deposit or whatever hidden and dropping or a check coming through to me, because guess what? That ain't my purpose. Because we got too many what you call help that is bigger, okay, than what's being deposited to me, to places that can feed the homeless and that can help those widows and people in need. But it's up to now those leaders that is taking and what they're doing for the community. I'm just a vessel. I'm going to speak the truth because the truth is what it is on this matter. How do we stop the wars and the crime? I can't stop that by myself, but I can be a vessel to say that, no, this is not right. Can we help one another? See, the spirit has to communicate to one another. Because when you understand your purpose, you will begin to make the world changes with the light that's in you. It's not all about talking, but it's about doing the work. When you don't like something, like I say, you get up from off of, your seat and you do something about it. If you in the politics, then you don't get corrupt. You become what you call a person that is making a difference. If you don't like what's going on in the news, then you turn off the channel. And if God have called you to pray, then you pray and you intercede. Because as you pray and intercede, God is leading other individuals to go that is in and on the front line to go and do the warring, what they need to do, and they ain't afraid. Because that's what they was called to do. Everybody ain't called to the front line to be the soldiers and to go now and hold those earthly weapons and to say to go in areas and just fight. There are some bold vessels to say, you called me, God, this is my purpose. And even if I don't see what you call life as, I think I need to see it, but I showed up for this purpose. When you look at other purpose-driven individuals that came on this earthly realm that was here before us, and this is how you understand, some people was purpose-driven in what they were doing, but they couldn't save everybody. It begins within your own household and then the inward you. But even if your household is not what you call understanding that light or your vessel that you are about to do on your journey, are you going to stop? No. You're going to begin to connect up with individuals that can make a difference. Let me roll on back Martin Luther King. He understood his purpose. It ain't had nothing to do with I want a mega church, I want this. He was more what you call helping individuals because of the actions and the activity and the energy that was going on, and he already understood. Because when he gave his message, when he talked about the mountaintop, if you never heard the whole message, when you go back and listen to it, he was prophesying about life. And when he said one day that dream, how the children will be able to get along and hold hands, possibly drinking out the same fountains. He couldn't do everything. Come on, Holy Ghost, and speak. He only was a sign here for a purpose, and I'm only grasping for that because that was during my time of the energy that what I was birthed into. People are individually what you call purpose-filled to do and to fulfill a purpose. But now, even when people have gotten up from out of here, is there still negative things that is going on? Absolutely. And it's going to continue to be that way until what you call energy and the light and the love and the goodwill begin to be united and to drive hard in the places to whereby they need to be. See, I didn't come here to make anyone think that, oh, just because you pray and just because you intercede, that there will be no obstacles, no negativity. There will be nothing, that don't make you get your eyebrows up and say it ain't right. No, I've been living too long to see that what the world needs now is more love and more praying. Yes, it needs more action toward it, but we can't get nothing done if we always complaining. See, I'm this friend, I'm so amped now, ready to pray and to intercede because, see, in order to pray, you got to know how to pray. Because see, when you pray, you can't even have them people on them. When I say people, individuals that's on that front line, they don't have time to do what I'm doing right now. They may pray, but they just have moments of praying and trusting in their little space where they're at. But the energy that they depending on is the energy that they know that there's people praying around the world. They need your protection. It's just like you speaking goodness over a person that need it. They about to walk out the door and they don't know what may happen to them, but you gave them something good to go on. You gave them the hope. Your vessel has to be a vessel that will bring about world changes. And in the process, that's why I say the world have good and bad in it. I know it do. So now I'm not for to fool myself as if, this is a great place to be at forever. It's only temporarily. Eternity belongs in God's hands. Since I understand that this journey here is not a home and a place forever, that's when your purpose will kick in and to say, who am I? What can I do? Because see, I done served in my own city of saving lives to the best of my ability. I done did that as a career. But now it's another journey I'm on. So I've been on the front end of packaging individuals so that they would not, what you call, exit off of the earthly realm, but I seen some of them did. It was nothing that I can do. Did I feel bad? Absolutely. But it's nothing that I can do. But now it's the purpose knowing, it's the journey knowing. Because even right now, as I'm speaking, there is somebody, the only thing they need is knowing that, listen, God, did I show up and do what I need to do? Although it's chaos that is in this earthly realm, did I show up? And if I am not showing up, God, give me an opportunity to correct some things and to do some things. Give me this space to whereby I can learn how now to be the I am that you purpose me to be. That's being purpose-filled. Don't let me get so caught up on what other individuals are doing, but let me be the vessel now to speak and to talk about that light, love, and peace. Because my journey could be just a journey to whereby, and I'm just saying it like this, to whereby I just completely came here to work on myself because God gave me everything that I need to do. But he said, there's one thing that you're forgetting, doing the work to work on yourself. It's not selfish, but it was your purpose. For the individuals that deal with depression, that could be their, oh my goodness, their purpose, undoing the depressed state of mindset. God, how do I live? Because they can't do nothing else. But if the vessels is not in a position to help that depressed soul, where's the help at? So we are all created as vessels to do something important in this earthly realm. Nobody can do it all. Only God can. He's the creator of what he created all of us to be and to do. Like I say, some people, they already understand before they even get here, they are birthed in the womb, ready to get out. Some people catch it, like I said earlier, in the middle or in their latter years. Purpose-filled, purpose-driven. But once we understand that goodwill, that harmless, meaning that thinking, because we're all one. And when I say we're all one, we come from the source that made all of us. The activities of the negative things that is going on, I don't have all the answers. I don't. I do not have all the answers, but I do know in the space that I'm in and the purpose that I know what God given me. He told me to return back to prayer and tell his people, those that understand who Christ is that live within them, not to be argumentative about religion and about all of the hurt and the pain, because it will become stagnated. That's the real bulk of my journey, what I'm seeing. Individuals fall for a lack of knowledge and the wisdom and understanding of the within. We can't stop nothing because we trying to operate from out of our purpose. Only God is the one that can stop and do what God need to do. Some individuals' purpose on this life is short-lived, some is long-lived. That's why I say every day that God wake me up, I tell God, thank you. Every day that God is pouring into me, thank you, God. Every day that I'm being a vessel right now, allow me to be that vessel now that will do what is right according to your will. God, don't put me in spaces that don't want me to show up. He don't do that any longer in my life because I'm not open to it. I'm only in spaces that receive me. I can't go to places that don't receive me anymore because I understand that I don't have time to keep breaking this stuff from off of me. It's too much work. It's a lot of energy. And when you got wisdom, you respect your energy, but you still flow in love. All right, friends. I didn't mean to be on this particular live this long and things, and I say that because I actually need to do some things in my own. I'm looking around and things to see who it was walking and everything. But I need to do some things today that I need to kind of tie up. And I possibly may share that on a completely another video, but I try to keep all things positive here, all things uplifting. Whatever your purpose is, if you don't understand it, ask the Lord, because it's truly a life growing journey for me. I'm still growing, I'm still evolving, but I'm thankful. I flow in love, I flow in peace, I flow in the power to forgive. I flow in that. And when I say I flow in that, I receive it. I really do. But once again, I don't go in spaces that don't receive me, and I'm okay with that completely. I'm okay with being who I am right now in my life. So, friends, thank you, friends. My friend says, thanks, Gigi. I needed to hear that. You're welcome. You welcome. You welcome. You welcome. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay, friends. I was reading the message and everything. Yeah. I think that message was explained, friend. I don't even have to openly read that. Yeah, that message was explained. All right. Thank you once again, by the way. I just want to say I appreciate each and every individual. Remember to, have your own relationship with God, and just be the light. That's all I got for now, okay? Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every individual. Remember to thumbs up the video, subscribe as well to the particular space the whereby I share most of my videos. I do come live the majority of my current videos at this time. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, friends. Everyone have a great and positive day. Thank you. Stay prayed up too.